Hello everybody, welcome back. Something a little bit different for me. Haven't had the opportunity to do this since week 13, whenever I would have done it. We are running rookie street stocks here at Southern National Motorsports Park. This week has not been very kind to me in terms of iRating loss and safety rating loss. It's pretty much all been from attempting to get a Tour Mod Fixed Series race in. That a lot of finishes have not been very good. Most of them have not been my fault. Just a ton of wrecks, ton of stuff that couldn't control. People, it's been a bit of a difficult setup, especially if you don't tire save, so people have kind of been all over. So decided I just wanted to get back to the basics, have a fun race, try to just do things right, keep it clean.
Okay, Jake.
Thought street stocks might not be a bad idea. It's actually a stronger strength field than I expected. So we qualified third as the number one. Hoping I can just tire save better than people and not get wrecked at all.
They're outside.
I got some side-by-side battles.
Right side.
5 and the 3 pulling away. I am battling side-by-side with the 4, which is not good for trying to maintain pace with the 5 and the 3, but
still there. Clear up high.
That's what we can do. Just slot in behind the 4. Hope that maybe somehow he screws up tires. 2 drove into the back of us just slightly.
The leader's just done a 15.59. Car in front's lap time is a 15.
There's a very real possibility that I end up running street stocks next week. Schedule looks really bad for what I'd like to run.
The guy behind has just done a 15.
Definitely underdriving the car compared to the front 3 and even the 2 behind. Like I said, my hope is that I can tire save better than them, and the last 20 laps will start to catch back up. And hopefully be able to make some moves.
P4.
But if not, hey, just a fun race. Trying to get the bearings back in the right direction to finally get to enjoy some
You've just done
clean racing,
15.
hopefully.
73.
Try to get rid of some of the bad luck that's been going on. Just reset. Wish you could get some of the tracks that the C series runs for street stocks in the rookie series. Obviously they make it a free one, because I like not having cautions. See, street stocks just ends up being too much high pacing for my taste. It causes everybody to get really aggressive. Because I actually enjoy driving these big lugs around a track. No, they're not exactly what street stocks are like in my area. They're still a lot of fun. I think I'm probably entering a bit too shallow compared to everybody up front. Looks like they're taking a little bit of a wider arc. 2's falling back, the 11 got by them. A little too much of a slide there out of turn 2. Just need to back the braking point up a little bit, I think, into the corners. Enter too shallow that time. The apron killed the run off. 5 is in his own little world. He's half a second ahead of the 3. Good for him. It's a second and a half ahead of me. We got some smoke up ahead. Doesn't look like we got one slow car up ahead,
is Young.
Or almost a half lap ahead. We are still not even halfway yet, so
last lap time was a
plenty of time left in the race, even though it's a quick 40 laps. Everybody running at about a half tenth of each other. So this could end up being the way that we finish. Nothing drastic happens. As I drive it into the wall like an idiot. You'd think that big yellow wall I'd see and not run into.
That lap was
apron, which just kills the
15.90.
momentum. It doesn't send these cars in too much of a spin like it would some of the other series. Trying to get the car as close to that apron as I can without hitting it. 3's going for a bit of a blink. Closing in slightly on the 5. Not anything significant though. Everybody's all about 4/10 apart from each other in the top 5. Got a feeling bump and run might be a way to make a pass, so keep an eye out for that, for somebody potentially losing control of the car. Try to avoid that. Really bad entry into turn 3. It's going to pinch the momentum off as I drag the wall again. It's not the way to get a wide arc into the corner. 4-3 and the 5 are all starting to tighten up ahead. Still sitting about half a second back.
Okay, Jake.
Quit making some of these dumb mistakes, I'd probably be on top of them, but
that lap time was 15.93.
them being nose to tail, that's time for me to watch contact happening. Should take 1, 2, or all 3 of them out. 5 goes way wide.
The gap behind
And
is
4 are going to try to slap by him.
1.00.
I know he did mention pre-race that he was just here for safety rating. Maybe he'll be kind and give me a free spot. Maybe he smelled something going on and
15.94.
wanted to get out of the way. Yeah, I think it's pretty great that, you know, he pulls over to let them by, but now he's going to stay in line. Although maybe he just completely overshot the corner. That was kind of out of the ordinary for him.
16.25.
Whatever. We'll just try to find a way around him then. No pressure from behind. I think it's going to need to be getting on the throttle and getting
The track
underneath them.
temperature is increasing. It's now 87 Fahrenheit.
It's inviting us to get inside of them.
On your right.
The entry.
Clear high.
It's been giving them little taps on the bumper. Smoke
Yeah,
up
on right
ahead.
side.
Get to his
Clear.
inside he bails. Wash up, trying not to let him back to the inside. Puts us into 3rd.
P3. That
Just
last
over
lap
10
was
to
at
go.
16.06.
3 and the 4 are only a couple tenths apart. We've got slower traffic up ahead. I'm still 4 tenths back. Like I said, 4 of us are all pretty even on pace, so it's tough to do anything. I clip the apron, kills the momentum off.
Your lap time was at 16.02.
Don't let these guys fool you. They may be lower rated than me, but that doesn't mean they can't drive a straight stock. Definitely have something figured out. I think I might have gone a little too conservative in terms of tire saving, think it would fall off more than it actually is. Gotta keep getting that wall. He's trying to work underneath the 10.
Your lap time was
Trying to take advantage of it, see if I can close up to the back bumper of the 4. Just hoping I can also hit the 10 at the right spot, get by him.
Keep it together. Hold your line. He's still there. Keep digging. Outside line's clear.
P3.
He blinked. That's why he was nowhere near to be found. Let's try to figure out where he went, and all of a sudden he popped back up. Nevertheless, allows me to close up almost to the back bumper of the 4 now. He's almost to the back bumper of the 3. We're going to have 7 laps to settle it at the line. We're getting way loose.
Car inside. Keep high.
They both wrecked. That was just kind of a whole
Inside's clear.
checkup deal.
You're in the lead.
Not a 4X I wanted. I don't know. I probably should have laid off the 4 a little bit more. It's just everybody stacking up. So puts the 5 into 3rd. 3 falls back to 4th. I inherit the lead, although I don't really feel like I was the one to move anybody out of the way. So we got 5 to go. Let's just see if I can ride it around 4/10 advantage over the 4. Or if I just drive it into the wall and give it away. Yeah, that wall. I'm doing terrible with my right hand distance perception. Just let's keep getting it. Why not? Just send everybody a message of, hey, here's the wall. Here's how you don't do it. Don't do what I'm doing.
That lap was
And then I clip the apron.
16.11.
I'm trying to do everything I can to give this race lead up. Thankfully, there's only 2 laps to go. Otherwise, I'd be passed already. 4's on our back bumper as well. Would not be shocked to see a bump and run, or potentially a dump and run by the 4. White flag, he's going to have 1 lap to do it.
1 more lap, your P1.
Trying to pull away just enough this time that he'd have to really send it into 3 to do it. Alright, well, I finished where I'm supposed to. Started 3rd, grabbed the race win, take a look at the contact with the 4, see what happened. I don't know, I had pace to get by him. I don't know if it was because of the tire saving or what. But get the overlay off, take a look at that. I'm just happy to have finally finished a race. 5 asking. So I ran the default brake bias. The 5 is asking what I ran for brake bias and steering ratio. So I ran the default ratio, default offset, and then I moved the brake bias bar, which is the brake bias, all the way back towards the rear, 44%. Felt like, I don't know. I mean, I've been experimenting. Let's see. No, yeah, sorry, he ran offset. Oops, my bad. If I can type as well. There we go. 0 offset for it. Anyway, so I experimented and in practice with both running the brake bias all the way forward, because in some cars I had found that seemed to help me a little bit more getting into the corners without sliding the front end up too much. The modifieds, I seem to do better with it. Prior to the update to the late models, I had found moving the brake bias forward, and the late models was helping me as well. I don't know if that's still the case in these. I'm still trying to learn it more. So it didn't feel bad. It felt kind of comfortable in entries. I just felt like I could attack a little bit better when I moved the brake bias towards the rear. I think it kind of helps with the weight transfer, with how heavy these cars are. The leaf springs in the back, they just act a little bit different. So I settled on moving it all the way back towards the rear. So we got the overlay off. Let's take a look at that contact, see what happened. It's going to be right here. All right. So we're 10. We're going to go a lap or 2 before it. The 10 blinked, popped up right behind us. No big deal. Closing in on the 4 and the 3. Sending the car through a bit too much of a slide. 4 gets a really big run on the 3 there out of turn 2, closes him up. And he goes in, gets into him. Yeah, I don't... It's so hard. So if we look what led to the initial contact. Like I said, the 4 got a really big run out of turn 2. And then he just drove, like, I don't know if he drove into the back of the left rear of the 3, or if he ended up driving it hard and tried to check up for him, and that's what causes him to kind of get a little loose. Then he just basically gets glued to the left rear, starts turning him, so that's slowing him down. If we look at it from my perspective, it's on the brakes. Thought, like, I was doing my roll, thought we were going to be good to go. I don't know, I didn't read that very well. So got on the brake, or got on the gas, and then quickly, as soon as I made the contact, got off of it to try to stay off of them. And was just trying to work between the two to avoid them. Thought I was going to be able to clear them, so. And if we keep looking, I guess I want to look at it from the force perspective. My contact, I don't know. I mean, the 3's already kind of loose. Like, it gets the 4 loose as well. And it gets him back into his left rear, I guess. To then kind of slow both of them down. And the 4 tries to correct it. And that just then net codes into the middle of the 3. It actually ends up correcting both of them to push them out onto the straightaway. Otherwise, they might have spun to the inside wall. It was kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, I should have laid off a little bit more. Probably should have read the situation a little bit better. Just kind of laid back and then cut to the outside of them. Probably would have been able to go by without ever getting a 4X out of it. That's, hindsight and what I really should have done, what I should know to do. It's not unreasonable, I think, to assume out of me, but in terms of was my contact what sent them around, I don't know. It's 50-50. They're both already getting into each other, sending each other loose, and then it looked like the 4 was kind of off of the 3, and then when I made contact with them, it kind of shoved them back into the 3. So it's hard to say how much of it's my fault, how much is the 4. I don't think the 3 really did anything wrong, honestly. I think he's just a victim of bad circumstances. So tough break for both of them. Like I said, it got him straightened out. And the 3 at least only fell back to 4th. Instead of getting spun back and losing half the field. But I don't know. I mean, just like I said, getting back into street stock's probably going to run them next week since I don't really feel like running Martinsville or Daytona. And I'm not sure how much short track racing I'll do. So, not the best race by any means, but we were around cars, competitive. It was fun. Take a look how bad I tore the tires up. 8690. Probably could have done a little bit of a better job on the right front. Maybe that arc in would have been a little bit better on it. Maybe transferring the weight a little bit differently under braking might have been a bit of a better for the right front, but I don't know, didn't feel terrible. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Let me know how bad I screwed up on that lap. Obviously, again, it's not really the way I wanted to make a pass for second or for the win, but just is what it is. So try to learn from it and put it behind me. Just do what I should know how to do when I know I'm capable of doing. And outside of that, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. And I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.